And you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light, smile in my face, but we all know it's hard. There's no way to part. I love you for that. Honest and selfish. I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, good job. Doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Get it out. A good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah. 6 and more. Soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. The world that order, it's not a sound, but you're not around. All the only people keep that energy. I know when it feels like the end of the road, you don't let go. You hold the edges that makes us go. The sky's my hero. We all know it's hard. There's no way to win. I know I love you for that. You're the engine that makes some things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. No, I love you for that. Honest and selfless. Don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job. Good job. You're doing a good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah. A good job. A good job. You're doing a good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah. Six and more. Soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. World that order. It's not a sound that you're not around. All the only people keep that energy out, and it feels like the end of the road. You let go. Oh, the end of the road. And that's my hero. I don't know it's hard. There's no way to hard. No, I love you for that. You're the engine that makes some things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. There's no way to show hard. No, I love you for that. Honest and selfless. Don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job. Good job. You're doing a good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah, do a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah, it's in so that you walk through that door. Everyone needs you. World at all. It's not a sound if you're not around. All the people keep that energy. I know, and it feels like the end of the road. You know, so don't know it's hard. There's no way to reach. Oh no, I love you for that. Need you. You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light, smile in my face when we are. I love you for that. Please themselves, know that this helps it. Good job, you're doing a good job, good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah, a good job, good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you better. Yeah, six and more. Soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. World at all. It's not a sound when you're not around. All the only people keep that energy. I know, and it feels like the end of the road. You don't let go. You don't. The end go. The sky's not here. Don't know it's hard. There's no way to hard, no one. I know that it is love that's brighter than tomorrow. Try, but there's no need to cry. There's no hurt or sorrow. When it's
Welcome, everybody, from wherever you are joining us. You're welcome. As you join in, kindly use the chat box, put your name and where you're joining us from. People streaming from YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, we can all see your chats. Please put your name and where you're coming from. You're all welcome. I can recognize the presence of one of our keynote speaker, the person of Ms. Josiah Jackson Okishala. You're welcome, sir. And also we have in our presence the former president of NUSA National and also the contact person of ANSI in West Africa in the person of Nurse Ruben Ziragi. You're all welcome. So you're joining, kindly settle down. We're going to start in no time. Thank you.
that put your we cannot feel. Sing and start living. Feel the Hello there. Are you preparing for the entrance exam? What better way to get started than the Decency Content class? The Decency Academy content class has been specially created for you. If you're a beginner, you have not covered your basics. If some topics are still completely vague and new to you, if you don't know what the entrance is like, if you're not conversant or familiar with the strategies for answering questions, exam, and if you need more content to balance my challenge, or 70, you get extensive, highly resourceful lessons and materials to help you get the best out of your entrance exam. How much? 5,000 naira or $25. Would you like to start your journey to a successful NCLEX? Join the next cohort of the Decency Academy content class now. Get started, visit our website, www.dcdacademy.org, or visit any of our social media platforms, Facebook. Hello there.
You're all welcome once again. Welcome to the final day of the NOSA National for the past 2 days. As we announced yesterday, today we're going to be starting with a series of giveaway, but as you are joining us, kindly put in your name in the chat box and where you're joining us from. People streaming from Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, we can all see your comments. You can also use the chat box in whichever software you're streaming from. Thank you. And like we mentioned yesterday, the Zoom is just meant for the speakers, the special guests, and also the NUSA National Executives. So we are going to be purging people if the room is saturated. So kindly rename your display name so that we can easily recognize who you are. Thank you. And today I'm going to be moderating this program alongside the NUSA National President in the person of Ms. Khadija Monturayo, and she just joined us. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hayam. It's nice being here. And good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So today we are going to be doing a series of giveaway, and like I announced yesterday, I'm going to start with announcing this giveaway by the African Nurse Career Mentorship Program. So yesterday we mentioned that for you to be selected as a winner in this giveaway, you're going to shoot a 2-minute video, tell us what you can do outside nursing and why you should be picked for this giveaway. So before the end of this program, we are going to drop a Google form where you can upload your details and the video. The Google form is going to run for 2 days. Then by the end of the week, we're going to announce the winner on our social media platform. Likewise, other giveaways, we have giveaways of scholarship program from Institute of Nursing Research. We have scholarship program from Research Resource Hub. We have giveaway of scrub from Anagree Plus, a Canadian scrub company. We have giveaway from some of our past leaders and so much more. So, like we announced yesterday, if you are yet to obtain your NUSA National Membership ID, go on the portal. We're going to be dropping the website on the chat box. Go on the portal and make sure you are updated and you have your ID, because we are not going to be using names, emails. The only thing we're going to be collecting from you to run the giveaway is just your ID. So we're going to run it using your ID, and then after winning, we use your ID to locate what your name is and other details to give you the giveaway. So kindly ensure that your ID is written down or is typed in such a way that as soon as we drop the Google form, you can quickly go and put it. It's very easy. We're not collecting any information, just the ID, and that's all. And I'm very sorry for others that are not no side. This giveaway is strictly for no side. So as we are joining, let's not forget to put our names in the chat box where we are coming from this evening. Whether you are streaming from YouTube, you're streaming from Facebook, or you're streaming from Twitter, we can all see your comments. So while we wait, I'm going to play a little music while we wait for the forms to come up. Thank you.
I know that it is not brighter than tomorrow. Try, but there's no need to cry. There's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you can't remember. Why? There's a love that cannot lie. That's strong. It cares for joyful giving. We cannot feel. Sing and start living. Feel the way. Our spirits are all my brothers. So feel bright. Dark and dodgy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to NUSA National Conference. We are going to quickly start the program proper now. So if you're just joining us, kindly use the chat box, give us your name and where you're streaming from. Whether you're streaming from Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, drop your comments there. We have our team looking out for that. So without wasting time, we're going to start with a few giveaways before the time for our first keynote speaker to take his talk. So today we are going to do a few giveaways before we start program proper. We'll start the speaker session. Then afterwards, we're going to finish the rest. So the first giveaway we are going to be starting off is the one sponsored by our former president and the current contact person of ANSI in the person of Nurse Ruben Ziragi. So he has sponsored a giveaway to give a scrub to one lucky winner, of this event that is a known site. So right now we're going to be dropping the links on the chat box, and the team are going to be dropping it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So the form is going to be open for a few minutes, 5 minutes, and when we come to do the other giveaway, then we announce the winners. Most of the giveaways that we're going to be running at the end of the event, the winners will be announced this week, but the ones we're going to start now, we're going to announce the winners at the end of this event. So the only thing you need to do is just open the Google form. There's just one thing you need to do: put in your membership ID and submit, and that's all. So we're going to be using a randomized picker to pick one person for this specific giveaway. And secondly, we're going to be running a giveaway that is sponsored by also one of our former presidents in the person of Fawale Israel, the current the current speaker of the Youth Parliament of Oyo State. He has sponsored a giveaway of 2 textbook, Rose and Wilson, to 2 lucky winners of this event. And thirdly, we're going to be running a giveaway sponsored by the former Senate President in the person of Tayo Badamasi. She's sponsoring a giveaway with explicit met such textbook. One lucky winner is going to win the textbook. And thirdly, and one of our biggest giveaway of the night, we're going to be giving away a complete set of scrub with the Crocs, socks, and the scrub, sponsored by Anagray Plus. Anagray Plus is a Canadian scrub company that has decided to give no site 2 scrubs. So we're going to be dropping all the links for these giveaways. So be expecting 5 different giveaways links that we're going to be dropping before the speakers session starts. So look out in the chat box. All links are going to start dropping now. So while we wait for that, I'm going to give the floor to Khadija Motorayo. She's going to be handling the speakers session today while I handle the giveaway and the announcement. So, Madam Khadija, the floor is yours, please.
Good evening, everyone, once again. And as usual, I'm excited to be here. I don't know if we are. So without wasting much of our time, we have 2 speakers for the night, and I'm going to start by introducing our very first speaker. Okay, I sincerely apologize for the break in transmission. So our very first speaker is Mr. Yahaya Buhari Halif. Mr. Yahaya Buhari is a serial entrepreneur, a personal and a business development enthusiast, and a digital public relations strategist. He is also the founder, Chief Vision Officer of YBI Group, and a chairman of the YBI Group Foundation. He has created over 200 direct and indirect jobs in the last 3 years. His passion for young business owners made him launch an intensive 1-month mentorship program for entrepreneurs. He actively mentors 20 people every month. He's now a brand developer and strategist. He's an executive member of Innovation Support Network and also a member of Association of Business Managers and Administrators. As a passionate learner who learns every day, he has obtained a certificate on integrated marketing communications by IE Business School in Spain. He is also a certificate on brand management, aligning business brand and behavior by University of London. Mr. Yahaya is not just a business enthusiastic, he is also someone who is enthusiastic about mentoring and then guiding the young generations to the right path. Good evening, Nurse Yahaya Buhari. You are welcome to our midst tonight.
Sorry, Ms. Khadija. Our first speaker is Josiah, and he's around.
Okay. Oh, okay. So while we are waiting for Nurse Buhari for Mr. Buhari, I will go over to call on. Okay, our very next speaker is Mr. Nurse Josiah Jackson Okeshola. In fact, saying his name alone, I'm already excited and I'm all smiles. Nurse JJ, as I usually call him, is a multi-award winning healthcare innovator. He's a certified media broadcaster. Nurse JJ has his recognition in contribution in the field of healthcare advocacy and nursing leadership. He has earned his first international award in 2013 from the highest global nursing today, the International Council of Nursing, Switzerland. Nurse JJ current interests are in the field of digital technology, innovation, media broadcasting, and journalism. Overseas career mentorship and coaching and diaspora investment in nursing. Nurse JJ is happily married to a UK-based nurse, so it is a nosocomial relationship. Nurse JJ's biggest aspiration is to build an enduring legacy that will not only reshape the future of African nursing, but establish an unprecedented synergy between African nurses and the best of global nurse leaders, innovators, and healthcare investors in diaspora. Most of the time when I'm asked to introduce Nurse JJ Okeshola, I usually say is a young African nurse who is particular about breaking boundaries. Nurse JJ is not just particular about breaking boundaries, he's also interested in bringing up the young generations to break boundaries with him. Good evening, Nurse JJ. You are welcome, and it's nice having you in our midst.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing?
Good evening, Nurse JJ.
You. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me and if you can see me.
Yes, we can hear and see you.
Okay. My name is Josiah Jackson Okeshola. I'm wishing you from the E of Exeter, Devon, United Kingdom, and it's an honor to be here with you. So I think we should just get down to the business of the day. I've been invited to come and speak on the topic, which is of interest to me, and I think it's a very rare privilege to be here with you all to be able to sit and discuss this topic with you. So I don't know if I can have my slides shared, and then we can get on to business. Is that possible?
Yes, sir, you can share your slide.
Oh, okay. So let me just share from here then. Can you let me know if you can see my screen?
Not yet.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. I think that should be fine. So once again, good evening, everyone. Candidate, can you let me know if my slide is showing in the portrait form or the landscape form from your hand?
It's in portrait.
Portrait. Okay. Okay. So opportunities in nursing beyond the walls of Africa and how to maximize them. That is the topic I've been asked to speak on tonight. And first and foremost, I would like every single person in the audience to type in the comment section your answer to this question. It's an icebreaker. If there is one thing you have the opportunity to make a request for right now, if there's one thing that can transform your career that you have the opportunity to request for, what would that thing be? What would it be? Type comments in the session and let me have a feel of what it is. I know there were about 20 something the house, right? So I'll be expecting a few comments in the comment section. I'll be expecting a few comments in the comment section. So type in your comments. What is that one thing you would want to, you really request for if you had the opportunity to make a wish that will transform your career? What is that one thing that you wish to have? Okay. So I believe the comments should be coming in. While that is happening, my name is Jackson Okeshola. I'm excited to be here with you. I am the founder of Nurses on Air, innovator at the African Nurse Network. So today we're going to be looking at we're looking at a various aspect of. I'm going to tell you a bit about my story. I learned I have just 20 minutes to do this. I can do this for an hour or two anyway, if given the chance. So I'll try as much as possible to compress everything together so that we keep within time and at the same time compromise. Getting some noise in the background. Can you mute anyone who's interrupting with the noise, please? Thank you. Okay. So we're going to be looking at my story, your story. You're going to look at your belief system, how it has a role to play in you assessing global opportunities. How can you unlock the door to global opportunities? I'm going to give you a master list and then a lifetime offer. Are you ready? Let's go. This is one of my favorite, most favorite quotes. I have two most favorite quotes I'll be sharing with you today. This is one of them. It is from Ellen Johnson, the former president of Liberia. She said, if your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. And that is one big quote that has always driven everything I do or I have done in my 22-year career as a nurse. And I hope that you take that quote away and it will be useful for you in whatever you're doing. My story about global opportunities started right from nursing school based on that quote that I just showed you. When I was in nursing college, I had big dreams, big aspirations. I had always dreamed scary dreams because I was not comfortable with what was in nursing. But I can tell you that sometimes when you dream big dreams, it doesn't just happen instantly. It takes time. My dream did not materialize until after 18 years of dreaming. And that was the first time I had the opportunity of being at the center stage of in the global nursing world. Before that time, I have had chances to be involved in global projects, but this is the first time ever in my career. This was the first time ever in my career that I was involved in a global project. And what was the project? The project was a project coordinated by the Nursing Now, by the International Council of Nurses, the World Health Organization, and the Border Trust of Nursing. It was called the Nursing Now Project. And the Nursing Now Project took me from my local backyard to the international stage, where I was privileged to sit down in the same virtual room with the top nurse leaders and healthcare leaders in the world. In fact, on one or two occasions, I was involved in meetings chaired by the leader of the World Health Organization, by the Secretary General of the World Health Organization. And that's for you to show how far this particular journey took me. The Nursing Now Global Campaign was a 3-year project for which I was appointed as a national coordinator. And I must say that that particular opportunity changed my career completely. And now, why am I telling you the story? This is the summary of the peak of my global career opportunity. It means that if I can do it, if I can get to this stage as a young nurse leader, then there's nothing you can't achieve. Yeah, this was just a sample of what we did then. And so, telling you my story, I'll bring in my second quote, which is, if you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. All you just need to wait for is get the opportunity to put the foundation of the dam, on the dam. Imagination is a big thing for me. You need to be, if you're going to get access to global opportunities, you need to have a big imagination. You need to be able to build castles in the air. When we're young, building castles in the air is something that we're discouraged to do. But I can tell you that one of the best way to fast track your career is to build castles in the air. Build big castles. I had always been a castle builder, building castles in the air all my life as a young nurse. And I can tell you, when it was time for the opportunity to come to put a foundation under it, it was mind-blowing. So if you want to explore and achieve extraordinary success with global opportunities, don't do what everybody is doing. The normal thing is you build a foundation before you build a house. People like us don't do what everyone is doing. We build a house first, and then we'll wait for a time to put the foundation under it. So, apart from global relevance, my being at the global stage also gave me the opportunity to mix up with the woo and woo in the Nigerian nursing community. That was the Minister of Health then, who was launching the national campaign in Nigeria, representing President Muhammadu Buhari. And that was me right behind the scene, trying to commit and make everything, do everything I can to make the event a success. And that was a senator representing the committee, the House Committee for Health. So this is just to show you that my story is just an inspiration for you to know that wherever you are now, whatever you're thinking of, whatever your story has been, from grass, where I was coming from the mud, you can actually get to the peak of your career at a global stage. The only thing that stands between a person and what they want in life is a will to try and the faith to believe is possible. And that is where your belief system comes in. So let's look at your belief system, because it has a role to play in how much you are able to achieve whatever you're destined to achieve. When it comes to global opportunities, your belief system has a lot of role to play. So I'm going to share with you 5 myths that you must never, ever believe about global opportunities. 5 myths you must never believe about global opportunities. Because once you begin to undermine your ability to explore global opportunities, you begin to have the thought in your mind and you begin to see obstacles, it is going to be impossible for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve at the global stage. Myth 1, don't ever believe that people who access big global opportunities are only from wealthy or privileged background. Even if you are from the lowest background ever, someone like me, I come from a very poor background, you can achieve the highest peak of your career through global opportunities. People say you need to have a distinction, you need to have excellent grades before you can actually explore global opportunities. You need to, have a lot of achievement, and that is a myth. You can actually access huge global opportunities, even if along the line something happened to your grades in school. There are other ways you can actually compensate, even if you don't have a distinction or 2-1. Right? That's the impression that people create. You need to have a certain type of degree or be in a particular profession to be eligible. People believe that nurses are disadvantaged when it comes to global opportunities. But I can tell you that the fact that you are a nurse does not take away the fact that you can actually have huge access to global opportunities. So nursing is not a disadvantage. You need to be fluent in multiple languages to access global opportunities. No, that is not a barrier. You need a genius to solve global opportunities, or you need to leave your own country or continent to access hidden global opportunities. No, you do not need to. So these are myths that you should never allow to deter you from creating that belief system that you can actually achieve it. I have a master this year that I've created about 30 global opportunities that you can actually explore. I hope after the presentation, you'll be able to have access to this and be able to go through them. 30. But out of this 30, if you're asking, the first place to start is, I singled out one, is a Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI. If you are under 35 years of age, this is the first place to start your journey to global opportunities. Joining the Young African Leaders Initiative is an exciting way to kickstart your global career opportunities. Now, how do you unlock the door to all these global opportunities? I've listed 30 for you. And apart from this 30, I have about 200 global opportunities. In my upcoming book, I'm going to make a vivid description of about 200 global opportunities that you can access as a nurse, which shows that anything is possible. So how do you maximize these global opportunities? Number one, by studying abroad. You can actually access global opportunities by studying abroad. Number two, you can join a global internship program. Number three, you can volunteer abroad. Number four, you can work abroad. You can participate in a cultural exchange program. Apart from that, you can join a global business program, take a language course abroad, participate in the global leadership program, join a global professional network, attend international conferences, right? Join a global online community, start a global business, work remotely, attend a global business school, join a global professional association. Hey, I think the list is endless. Participate in the global mentorship program, yeah. Attend a global job fair, join a global social networking site, participate in the global work exchange program, join a global online course. These are about 20 ways that I can list. I can list 50 actually, but I just wanted to restrict it to 20 that you can utilize to maximize global opportunities. So to unlock the door to global opportunities, you need to network and build relationship with professionals in your field. People who have been where you are now and who have achieved so much. You need to research and identify the global opportunities that align with your goals and interests. All these global opportunities, you can't access all of them. You need to decide which one aligns with your dreams and goals. You need to gather and organize the necessary application materials, seek feedback on your application from trusted mentors and advisors, prepare for any required interviews or assessments. If possible, have a mock interview before you go for these opportunities. Understand the culture and expectation of your host country or your potential destination, because that is going to be huge in your application. Build a strong support network. Stay up to date on the latest developments in your feed. Build your professional network and make connections. Take advantage of additional professional development opportunities. Share your experiences and knowledge with others. Seek out additional global opportunities for your continuous professional growth. Now, one thing that stands out that can help you to maximize this is mentorship. See, if you must maximize global opportunities, you need to unleash the power of mentorship. So for you to be able to maximize global opportunities, you must first maximize the power of mentorship. Look for people who have had access to global opportunities before and hold them start. Identify potential mentors, clearly define your goals and objectives, because your goals and objectives will determine the kind of mentors you're going to stick to. You can't just have everyone as your mentors. You need to decide what you want, where you want to be in life, and then look for people who are already there. Be proactive and take initiative to reach out to people. And when you want to reach out to people for mentorship, the wrongest way you can kill off someone mentoring you is to slide into their DM and say, "Can you be my mentor?" The first thing that happens is you just lost that opportunity to be mentored. So if you want to be mentored by people who are doing what you want to do, you need to go about it strategically. So never ever expect anything free. Yeah, there's a spirit of entitlement that you feel that because someone has been successful in life, they are it's compulsory for them to be able to give you something like mentorship or even give you money. Never ever bring that to the table, because it can destroy your opportunity to be mentored by people. If you want to be smart about getting the best mentors around, one, always be ready to pay a price. Ask yourself, what price am I paying for mentorship? It might not be money, actually, because most mentors will not collect money from you, but there's always a price. Secondly, offering to volunteer is a trick that can get you mentors to commit to you. Another thing is, you can't expect someone who is not your role model to be your mentor. For someone to be your mentor, they must first of all be your role model. So if you come up to me and say, "I want you to be my mentor," and I'm not your role model, it's not going to work. So you don't just get mentors, you need to get role models first. Share your role model or follow them back to back. Follow them on their social media, engage them, like their comments, celebrate their achievements. Once they notice you, now there's something that happens for some of us. Mentors, there are some mentors that mentors don't choose them, they choose mentors. People like us choose we want to mentor. So you need to be noticeable before you can get people like us to mentor you. So these are the tricks for people who you can approach, that you want them to be your mentor. Yes, you can get their attention by doing all those things. But for some people, doing all those things, you don't need to approach them. They will be the one that will slide into your DM and say, "What can I do for you?" Show appreciation and gratitude when you eventually get these people, because it's not easy to get. They are not easy to get. So I've shared with you exciting global opportunities that you can explore, because we have 20 minutes to do this, and I cannot actually break this down completely. So I've summarized, I've shown you global opportunities that you can have access to. You have the master list with you. I have additional 200 lists in my upcoming book, Go Global Like a Star. That's the theme of the book. So I'll be sharing more in the nearest future. But this one that I've shared with you, I've also shared with you how to maximize these opportunities, what you need to do, the steps you need to take, and how mentorship has a role to play. Presently, we've been working on a project for the past 4 or 5 years now, and we're rounding off the project at the African Nurse Network. It is a global career accelerator academy project, and we soon be unveiling and officially launching that project in 2023. And tonight we're going to give a lifetime offer to some of the attendees here who are extraordinary talents, who want to be mentored by some of the best mentors and coaches in the diaspora. So if you are someone who is excited about our opportunity, you have a you're very, very talented, you have big aspirations, you have big dreams, and you want to maximize this by exploring opportunities outside Africa, then you might be interested in joining the Global Career Accelerator program that we'll be unveiling very soon. So Nonsa is going to drop the link to the Google form of that particular program for you, specifically attendees of this program. And then we're going to see how we can get 1 or 2 or 3 or a few people get full scholarship and sponsorship to be part of that program. And so, what are the things you'll be looking out for if you want to benefit from this lifetime offer? One, you must demonstrate interest in a career in nursing. Now, what that means is that you might have a talent that is not nursing related, but you must demonstrate interest in using that talent to advance the career of nursing, either for yourself or for the nursing community. So, for example, let's say you are very good in digital technology. You must be able to have a passion to use digital technology to advance the nursing profession. You must have strong academic record, show that you are very smart and intelligent and brilliant. You must be leadership oriented. You must be someone that can be duplicated, someone that people like us and our colleagues, my colleagues, can look at and say, yes, I want to duplicate myself in this person. You must have that leadership quality. One strong thing that can put you on a strong foot to get a scholarship and mentorship into this accelerator program is the financial. You must be able to convince us that we need to sponsor you and we need to give you that backing. Commitment to community service. You must be able to, have a plan to use whatever you gain from this opportunity Global Career Accelerator program to impact the nursing community. My parting shots for you. You need to come out of a comfort zone and hunt the goals. Great dreamers are not just dreamers, they are doers too. Stop following the majority and choose the part of the dream. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Don't let small-minded people tell you that you can't do it. No, just believe in yourself. Stop explaining your dream to others. Work for it. Show them the results. Talk less, act more. Remember, actions speak louder than words. Leave your passion and start working towards your dream. Don't ever, ever, ever believe that hard luck will take you there. Hard work, patience, and smart work is what will take you there. Okay? Hard work is no longer the key to success. You need to add smart work to this, right? Be prepared for opportunities. They said success is when opportunity meets preparedness. Don't wait for opportunity to fall on your laps or expect to be spoon-fed. Decide what you want and get the courage to sacrifice something to get what you want. That is what we call smart work. Smart work. The courage to be ready to make sacrifices to get what you want is smart work. Remember, the eagles flies alone at high altitude, and you need the same confidence to be able to achieve great things, right? There are lots of sacrifices behind every successful person, people you see, who have been talking to you at this conference. You must also be ready to make sacrifices. Great things require preparation, sacrifice, more time, and great efforts. When you believe in your dream and you don't give up on yourself, I can assure you that you will definitely get the destination. Positivity is something you cannot afford to do without. You must exude positivity in everything you are doing. Life is full of surprises. There are many up and downs that you're going to face. You must believe in yourself, and you must never, never give up on your dreams, no matter how much the obstacles. Self-confidence is the key to success. You need to believe in yourself and be sure that you can achieve what you need to achieve when it comes to global opportunities. So far, so good. I've told you my story. And I'm telling you, whatever your story is, you can do better than I have done. You work on your belief system. You need to maximize by using the key to unlock the door to global opportunities, especially using the power of mentorship. You have a master list that you can explore and study, and more will be coming your way. And then you have the lifetime offer to join the Global Career Accelerator program and expand or pursue your career dream. My last shot for you. You need to be a leader, not a follower. If you can dream, if you can dream, you can achieve. Have the ability to convert your vision into reality. Build castles in the air. One day, the opportunity to put a foundation of that under them will come. If your dreams do not scare you, you're not ready. So you need to dream big and you must never give up. Life is all about finding yourself. Be happy in each and every moment of your life. And remember one thing, no one can stop you unless you decide to stop. Don't you ever quit unless you win the race. I hope I've been able to convince you, but not to confuse you, that you can access global opportunities and get to the peak of your career and become the best ever version of yourself. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Nurse Jackson Okesola. I must say that, in fact, I'm convinced that I want to be a leader and not just a follower. Thank you very much for the wonderful enlightenment and then the opportunities. You know, wherever Nurse Jackson goes, he always comes with opportunities, and I'm really glad and I'm happy that you created time to be here for us today. Thank you very much, Nurse Jackson Okesola. So I don't know if there'll be any questions for Nurse Jackson before we call over to the next speaker. Okay, let me check the chat box. Okay, I think we'll go over to the next speaker. Then when we get questions for Nurse Jackson, I will bring over the questions. Thank you very much once again, Nurse Jackson. And in fact, I've learned a lot today, and I'm looking forward to getting your book and then going through the various opportunities that I know will be filled in the book. So this brings me to our second speaker for the day, Mr. Yahaya Buhari. Nurse Ayam, can you help me confirm Nurse Yahaya Buhari is present?
Yeah.
Okay.
While I check on the chat box, Yahaya Buhari, if you're using a different display name, kindly put a word on the chat box so that we unmute you. While we do that, we can check questions for Nurse Gigi in the chat box.
Okay. I think our team from the Facebook and Twitter should also help us check for questions for Nurse JJ. All I've been seeing is linked to the mentorship giveaways. Everybody is interested in the mentorship giveaway. Even I myself, I'm interested. Nurse JJ, I don't know if I'm also allowed to apply for the mentorship. Okay, is it confirmed that we have Mr. Yahaya Buhari?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. So should we go over to the next speaker?
The next speaker is yet to be here. Well, while we wait, I think we have a question for us. We have a question for Nurse Gigi on the chat box. Oh, it's not a question. Okay, as we are waiting, I noticed some few mistakes that we are making in joining the giveaways. The membership ID you're required to put is just the ID. You don't need to put member, then the membership ID. And the software will not be able to pick you based on the way we program it. We only need the membership ID. So don't put any other thing else, on the space where it says membership ID. Go to your dashboard, your NUSA national dashboard. You see the membership ID at the top of your dashboard where your name is written. Thank you.
Okay, Jackson Okeshola, we actually have about 2 questions. The very first question is, person would like to know your social media handles. So I would appreciate if you can help us with the link to your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, and your Twitter. Then there is also another question from Judith Nwaike. Judith would like to know if students are eligible for the global network courses, and she said she need more clarification on that. Nurse JJ. Okay, I think we just lost Nurse JJ, but I will save the questions, and then the moment we get the reply, or once he come back, I will notify us. Then I think I just noticed the presence of one of our speaker. Nurse Oluwadamilawe Akinbade. I think Nurse Oluwadamilawe is around. So maybe we just take Nurse Damilawe now while you are waiting for Mr. Yahaya Buhari to come online. So I'll go ahead and read the bio for Nurse Damilawe. Nurse JJ, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have some few questions for Nurse JJ.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, so Jacinta would like to know your social media handles. So I appreciate if you can give us your Twitter, your LinkedIn, and your Facebook and Instagram link. Then
you can connect with me.
Secondly, we have a question from Hello.
I am with you. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay, sir. So I thought we lost you again. Okay, so the first person asked for your social media handles. Then the second person was Judith YK. Now, Judith would like to know if students are eligible for the global network courses, and she said she needs more clarification on that. Then we have one more question from Nurse Joy Chisom. Chisom said, you talked about ways we can maximize our opportunities and also showed us initiatives we can join. So my question is, how can we join these initiatives? This is a question from Nurse Joy Chisom. Then we have another question. I don't know if you like to take them one after the other, or I should go ahead and read all the questions and you answer individually.
I think you should finish all the questions so I can have an idea about the questions.
Hello, Nurse JJ.
I think you should finish all the questions so I can have an idea about the questions that are coming in.
All right, sir. The last question is from Nurse Jemalia Mbaba. He said, are there possible programs that young African student nurses can take advantage of, like exchange programs in Europe or America? This is from Nurse Gemalia. So I think that's all the questions we have for now.
Okay, I'll take the questions in less than 15 seconds. Just give me 15 seconds. Hello? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
we can hear
Nurse
you.
JJ, we can hear
lovely,
you.
lovely. So first and foremost, you can connect me.
Nurse
Connect with
JJ,
me.
we can hear you.
You can connect with me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at JJProf. At JJProf, Instagram and Twitter. JAYPROF. Then on Facebook and LinkedIn, you can connect with me. Josiah Okeshala is the name. Just look for Josiah Okeshala on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's one. The next question is I think the question is saying as a program we're running, I'll be unveiling soon. Is it for students? Yes, it's for nurses, both students and practicing nurses. So we have a student version and we have the version for the practicing nurses. So I think that question has been answered. Exchange programs. I had a question about exchange programs. So there are programs that you can actually access as nurses, but you need to meet some criteria. There are some eligibility criteria that you must meet, not as a student nurse, probably as a graduate nurse. For student nurses, presently, there is limited opportunity for exchange program for student nurses. And I think that is the area where nurses in the diaspora, a lot of us are very concerned and passionate about. So I can tell you, though, there are limited opportunities for exchange program for student nurses presently outside, Europe and other places. But I can tell you that many of us who have gone outside the country are crazy about this idea. And in the very near future, we'll be working tirelessly. We're working tirelessly to see more opportunities open up for student nurses to move out of Africa to foreign countries to have exchange programs, and this is a need. So that's for that question. But as graduate nurses, yes, you can actually have opportunity for exchange program as a graduate nurse. Okay. More questions. I can't speak any other one in my mind now. What other question have I not answered? Hello, are you there?
Okay,
Are there possible programs that your student nurses
okay, the question you missed is the one from Nurse Joy Chisom. She said you've talked about. Hello, Nurse JJ. Can you hear me?
I am with you.
Hello, Nurse JJ.
I am with you. I am with you.
Okay. So the question says, you talked about ways we can maximize our opportunities and also show just initiatives we can join. So the person is asking, how can we join these initiatives?
I mentioned initiatives that can be joined. Okay. That's a blank, very is a blanket question. So the question is, what exactly are you looking for? What you are looking for will determine what initiative you want to join. It will determine where you'll be looking for to get these initiatives. So the question comes first: what do you want? And that is where mentorship comes in. Because when it comes to you, you are in Africa, you're looking for global opportunities, you need to connect with people who are outside Africa to mentor you and guide you to know the rights of opportunities you have. You don't just stumble on opportunities. There is a step-by-step, a state-by-step process for it. And that's the importance of getting mentors who have the same passion and interest as you are. So the question is, what are your passion? What are your interests? The initiative and the opportunities you're going to explore will be determined your own work first. Discover what your passion and interest is, and then you can't be looking everywhere all over the internet looking for opportunities. You will be doing your search. You'll be doing your you'll be searching for those opportunities based on the established passion and interest you are having. So I think that is the best way I can answer that question, because you need to be intentional and deliberate about the global opportunities you want to explore. So, for example, someone is asking about exchange program. That's a very big question. The question is, what field are you looking at? Because if you say you want exchange program, the question is, exchange program in what? So deciding what exactly you want is the first place to start. Are you looking for exchange program in nursing? Is it leadership? Is it business? Is it entrepreneurship? You need to first of all answer that question, so that when you approach someone like me and say, give me initiative, give me links, give me opportunities, give me names, I won't be the one doing the homework for you, cracking my head and stressing myself on trying to know what I should give you. You should make my job easier by telling me, I am passionate about global leadership. Connect me with opportunities. It's straightforward and simple. When you have that kind of conversation with me, I know you know what you want, and it's easier for me to work with you. But when you ask blanket questions like, what are the opportunities? How can I get a scholarship? Scholarship in what? Sponsorship in what? So that is the best way to get answers, specific answers to the questions you have. So if in the course of the future, you want to ask for specific links or names of opportunities, always make sure that you come up with your interests, your area of focus, and it will be easier for someone to suggest to you what exactly, what opportunity you should explore. I hope that makes a lot of sense.
Thank you very much, Nurse JJ. Okay, Jacinta has replied. She said she's clear, and she said thank you very much for the explanation. So I dropped Nurse JJ's social media handles in the chat box, so you can check for him on Twitter as JJ Prof, and then he's also on Facebook and LinkedIn as Josiah Okeshola. So thank you very much, Nurse JJ. I'll be going over to call on our next speaker for the evening. The very next speaker I'll be calling on is Nurse Oluwadamilare Akinbade. Whenever I think of research, nursing research in Nigeria, the very first name that comes to my mind is Nurse Oluwadamilare's name. Nurse Oluwadamilare Akinbade obtained his BSc at the Lautech University, Oyo State, Nigeria. He proceeded to obtain his master's in community health at University of Ibadan, Oyo State. He's presently a PhD scholar at the Netherlands School of Nursing, Hong Kong in China. He lectures part-time at the Department of Nursing Science, Chrisland University, Ogun State. He was one of the 29 scholars that won an award to be part of the 2021 cohort of the Global Global Nursing Leadership Institute, a strategic policy program organized by the International Council of Nursing. Wow. Since the beginning of this program, almost all our speakers are connected or linked to ICN in one way or the other. Nurse Akinbade is an astute scholar and passionate about nursing career development. He has several publications in reputable journals to his credit. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Nursing Research Nigeria. I can proudly say that the INR is an organization that I belong to, and it is one that I can say, if I can say, this is the first and then the only renowned Institute of Nursing Research we have in Nigeria. You are welcome, Nurse Oluwadamilare Akinbade. It's an honor having you in our midst today. So Nurse Oluwadamilare will be taking us on nursing and the future of healthcare. Okay, he's going to be taking us on setting the stage for a blossoming career in nursing research. So those of us that are interested in research, or those of us that would like to carry out one research or the other in future, or at one point or the other in our life, I'm sure we are going to find this session very interesting. Welcome very much, Nurse Oluwadamilare. It's an honor having you here.
Oh, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to connect with us on this platform this morning. It's morning. This is 10 minutes to 4 a.m. in Hong Kong. Yes, I'm so glad to do this at this time. It's my passion to speak with nurses as far as research is concerned. I want to acknowledge the every nursing leader present on this call. Thank you so much for all you do. For everyone that has presented in this program, too, well done to everyone. And also to the last speaker, Nurse Chije has been a source of inspiration to me and to many African nurses. We are so proud of you, sir, and we really appreciate all you do for nursing. Yes, I also want to acknowledge and appreciate, excuse me, NURSA National for this conference. By God's grace, I've been privileged to organize or to be part of various conferences. I know what it takes to organize a conference like this. You know, some people might just look at it on social media, the flyers are flying, and they might not know the quality or the work, the depth of work that has been committed to this. The NURSA National President, I'm so proud of you. Thank God this is happening in your time. And the Senate President, Nurse Ayam Samuel, you've been really phenomenal. Well done to you. You know, it's my passion to always support young nurses. I know young nurses have the energy, they have the skill, they have the vibrance, and they have the skill to bring forth a lot of innovations. And it's always my pleasure to support. So this evening, I'll be sharing my screen shortly. I'll be presenting on setting the stage. Let me know when you can see my screen. I'm trying to share now. Let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see your screen now, sir.
Great, thank you. So I'll be presenting on setting the stage. Setting the stage for a blossoming career in nursing research. So this is my outline. Introduction. Research is easy. Yes or no? Can you just put in chat box? What do you think? Research is easy. Yes or no? What do you think? Research is easy. Yes or no? And I'd like the moderator to give, I can't see my chat box now, so I would appreciate if the moderator can just echo the responses that we are getting on the platform. What are we having? Okay. Are we having?
So we've been getting no, sir, no. Okay, just 1 yes from Royal.
Okay.
Another person said no, but it can be achieved. Then someone said, I don't know about my answer, but I'm sure I can do it. No. Okay. Then Emmanuel also said no. Then John Uchechuku said yes, if you have the interest. Another yes from Favor. Then others are no.
Okay, thank you so much for that, President. Yeah, okay. I will keep my answer until we reach some other parts of the presentation. Okay, if any profession will advance and grow, scholarly activities must take place. Research is not new to nursing. Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, was among many other things, a writer and researcher. Many people know Florence Nightingale to be the lady with the lamp, but it's important and it's interesting to know that she's not only the lady with the lamp, she's also the lady with the pie charts. At that time, Florence Nightingale utilized the pie chart. She was one of the first set of scholars that popularized the usage of the pie charts, though some people argue that she was even the person that actually, she was the first person to design it. Well, other people said no, she was not the first person that designed it, but she was the first person that popularized the usage of the pie charts. Before, we only had tables and different things like that. So we all remember the issues about the Crimean War and how she used cared for the soldiers, maintained clean environments, and she was able to use statistics to bring home her points. If Nightingale could do that much with her little resources, what would be your excuse? And one thing that is important for us to understand is that Nightingale did not have the luxury of the resources that we have. For example, if you look at my former slide, you will see this kind of pie chart that you have here. It looks old, looks archaic, right? It's not like the sophisticated kinds of pie chart that we can draw with our Excel, that we can draw sometimes with SPSS. By the way, SPSS, who knows the full meaning of SPSS? SPSS is Statistical Package for Social Sciences. Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. It's a software that we use in analyzing data in research. Okay, so she was able to use all these things, but now, I remember when I was at my program, my MSc program at University of Ibadan, Dr. Oyetunde of blessed memory told us that during their time, when they were doing research, they would go to the library. You know, everything is not on the internet like we have now. Like now, as a nursing student, you can sit in the comfort of your room and do your research, right? And just go online, browse soft materials on the internet and do different things like that. But that time, they would go to the library, bring in textbooks and writing with your hand, writing. But now, with our computer, you can do a lot of things. So we have the resources, but the question is, what are we doing with the resources? And the question I usually ask myself, if Florence Nightingale was alive now, how would she have taken research? If she was able to do a lot that time with the little resources that she had that time, if she was alive now, what would be at disposition to research? So let's quickly look into some sources of research problem. If you want to do research, how do you get a research topic? How do you know the research you have to do? There are different ways, like clinical experience. As you are going on the world, you are seeing different cases that can give you an insight into what to do. Nursing and midwifery literature, quality improvement efforts, social issues, theories, ideas from external sources. All these are sources of research problems. And this is a diagram showing us the various phases in a research. We have the conceptual phase. That's the phase when you conceive what you want to do. When you decide on what you want to do, it begins by you designing, formulating the problem, reviewing literature, doing clinical work, and formulating your hypothesis. And by the way, what is hypothesis? Hypothesis, Professor B.L. Ajibade, that taught me research during my undergraduate, taught us that it is a prediction, a statement of prediction about what you want to do as far as research is concerned. He also called it an intellectual guess about the relationship between variables. For example, in my current research, I'm testing the effect of a mobile health intervention on the psychological issues of Nigerian women with breast cancer receiving chemotherapy. I hypothesized that there would be no significant difference between the people that use the application and those that do not use the application. And I was also looking at it from another angle, that those that use the application, we demonstrate or we have less psychological issues compared to those who do not receive my intervention from the mobile app. I designed. I'm going to go into that later. So we have the design phase. That is the phase when you select your research design. There are different ones. There is the cross-sectional study. There is the intervention study. And by the way, the research I'm doing in my PhD is an intervention study. It's an experimental study. It's important for you to know that an experimental research is at the pinnacle, is one of the highest level of evidence that you can have as far as research is concerned. I'm conducting what we call a randomized controlled trial. By the way, I'm not going to bore you with details about so much technical details, because I just want to introduce you and tell you how you can set the stage. In order, I'll give you some other ways, some links into how you can really delve deep into knowing more about research. So the empirical phase is when you go ahead to collect your data, and the fourth phase is when you analyze the data, and the last phase is when you now disseminate. And by the way, if you have not disseminated your findings, it's as though you have not done your research, right? Because when I was in my undergraduate, one of the things we see is that many nurses, they will do very good research, they will go a lot to collect data, stress themselves, and afterwards they will go and keep their research under the table. Research under the table will not help anybody. We want to see what you have done. People that are outside Nigeria, they want to know what is happening in Nigeria. They want to know what's happening on our wards, how we are treating our patients, right? They will go on the internet searching for different things, and I discovered over the years that there are a lot of data that we don't have in Nigeria, and there's a call for nurse researchers to arise, even to go ahead and produce data. Somebody has said very famously, in God we trust, all others must bring data. Data is life, other people have said. So at the fourth phase, you analyze the data and you interpret the result, and then you disseminate. You can disseminate through conferences, you can disseminate through peer-reviewed journals. And I'm going to share my experience on that as we move on. Okay, so how do I select the research area? We've looked into the sources. So how do you now know? The first thing is, which area am I really interested in? You must be interested in it. Yes, I asked the question that, is research easy? Research is easy, but it's rigorous. Note that I've always said over the years, research is not difficult, but it is rigorous. What is the meaning of rigor? It takes your time. It is engaging. You have to put yourself into it. You have to go over it a lot of hours. You have to do a lot into it. Now, if you are not interested, if you are not passionate about the area you picked, you might get tired on the way. So make sure that the area you are picking is an area you are really passionate about, an area you are really interested in. So you can also decide to know what is known so far in this area. What have we known? What do we know so far in this area? Okay, so when you know that, you now look into what is not known. And then, which unknowns do I want to focus on in my research? For example, in my current research, I was interested in digital health, and I'm glad that yesterday we had a very insightful session with Nurse Ayla Rabiola that took us on digital health issues. So I'm also passionate really about digital health. So when I got my PhD admission in year 2020, I picked oncology because oncology is one of the research areas in the Chinese University of Hong Kong Department of Nursing. So I now discovered that as far as oncology, breast cancer is concerned in Nigeria, we don't have much has not been done on digital health. So by God's grace, I'm the first nurse that will be building a nurse-led mobile intervention for women diagnosed with breast cancer receiving chemotherapy in Nigeria. I'm the first nurse in Africa that will be doing this. And I did a systematic review to understand, okay, what are the digital health interventions that have been done globally? I'm going to show you as I move on, globally in the world, what has been done as far as this area is concerned. I found studies done in China, I found studies in the US, I found in Taiwan and different parts, but none of these studies was done in Africa. So that is, I found what is known in the area. What is known is that a lot of people, women receiving treatment for breast cancer, have a lot of psychological issues, anxiety, depression, reduced self-efficacy, symptom distress, and a host of others, right? That is what is known, right? So what is not known is that there are not much of these interventions have been done in Africa. So the unknown is we developing a kind of mobile application, a mobile intervention to support this big population who are receiving chemotherapy in Nigeria. Okay, so literature review is another interesting part that I want you to take very seriously when you are going into your research, right? It's very, very important for you to do it very well. We have seen some students just go ahead and copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Copy and paste will not take you anywhere. That's called plagiarism, right? Plagiarism. And I'm not sure if there are many institutions currently in Nigeria that run a plagiarism check on the work of undergraduates. You know, why must you not copy and paste? If you want to publish your findings, for example, when you submit it to a journal, many good journals are going to run a plagiarism check on your work. If they run the plagiarism check and they find that it was plagiarized, they will reject the paper. Many will just reject it. Many will, though some might give you an opportunity to resubmit, but many will just reject it like that, even without going through review. And it's important for you to know. I know many of us are passionate. Nurse J.J. Okeshola has given us a wonderful breakdown about African opportunities beyond Nigeria, how you can explore these opportunities. I know many of you want to go to leading universities in the world. By the way, my school currently, National School of Nursing, Chinese University of Hong Kong, is the first department of nursing in Hong Kong, is the first in Asia, is the 16th in the world. 16th, number 16 in the world currently. That's the QS international ranking for nursing, right? And I know many of you want to target high-level departments of nursing, high-level schools for your master's program, for your PhD program. If you get to that school and they find that you plagiarize, in fact, you might lose that admission. In fact, that you might fail that course because the universities abroad, and of course in Nigeria too, we frown seriously against plagiarism. And before you get there, make sure you develop your skills now. This is the time to start developing your skills. I know it is easier and faster, just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. No, but if you start learning how to paraphrase, how to write, how to do all these things, you will find it easy. And as you move on, and by the way, at INR Journal Club, which I'm going to talk about later, one of the things we do is we systematically train nurses. We train nursing students on writing. We train nursing students on research. We have decided that nursing students must not be stuck. They must not be stuck at their different, because I know many people that are trying to do masters in the UK, they get stuck because they have not built the competencies in nursing research. So we have made up our minds that it will not happen again, that we have nurses and they will get abroad, they'll get to the next level and they are confused on what to do with research because they have not learned the rudiments very, very well. So these are the steps in literature review that you need to undergo. I'm going to send you the slide, so I won't dwell too much on this because of time. Okay, and these are different databases where you can search, for information, where you can review literature. And I know many of us like to go to Wikipedia. By the way, Wikipedia is not a source for scholarly. We call something scholarly articles that you will use in writing your research. I've seen some undergraduate nursing students, right, that they're going to be doing research and they will quote Wikipedia 2022. That is wrong. That is not correct. You need to cite scholarly papers that were published in peer-reviewed journals. And I know I'm seeing a lot of things that might be confusing, that might be strange to some of you. Don't worry. Just put it in chat box. I'm going to answer the questions as we move on. So these are the different databases where you can search for information. So to the next part, which is a very crucial part of this presentation, why must you take research seriously? Somebody is just looking at me. This man is just talking passionately about this thing. What is the big deal? What's in this research? Can I not decide not to do research? Can I not decide not to take it seriously? Why is it important for me? You will be able to contribute your quota to evidence-based practice. I know during the course of this conference, some speakers might have told you some things about evidence-based practice, right? When you are able to do research, you can contribute your quota to this. And what is evidence-based practice? Is an approach to healthcare that utilizes the most current research available in order to improve the health and safety of patients while reducing overall costs and variation in health outcomes. So you want to improve improve the health. You want to improve the health of our patients, right? So evidence-based practice is important. And in evidence-based practice, we don't just believe, okay, we have been doing it. We have been dressing the wound with Izol. I've dressed it for 20 years. I've dressed like that, and it cannot change. That's what we are going to be using. Those are the lotions we have been using and continue to use. No, we want to see what is the evidence available for this thing. Right? So that's evidence-based practice. So let me take you through some steps of evidence-based practice. The first step is ask. You want to formulate answerable clinical questions about the patient's problem, intervention, or outcome. You want to ask questions. It's important as nurses to ask questions. Tell somebody, put on chat box, ask question. My mentor, Professor Adejuma, will say, question the question. Don't just take things hook, line, and sinker. If you are a nurse and you just take everything hook, line, and sinker, you will not be able to do research, because research starts from asking questions. We want to question, why has this been done like that? Why must it remain like that? How can we do it better? Question the question. So the next thing, oh, someone is drawing on my screen. let me stop the share and reshare so that drawing can leave. Yeah, so it's important for us to question. You must question the question. Can you see my screen now? Let me know if you can see now. Are you seeing now? Okay, I can't see the chat box. I hope you can. Okay, so the next step is to acquire. So after you have asked the question, you now want to acquire, and you do that by searching. You want to search for relevant evidence to answer your questions. And the next one is appraise. You now want to determine the quality of the evidence, or of course, you want to apply what you have learned in making clinical decisions, utilizing the best available evidence, and then you want to assess what is the outcome of what you have done so far. And lastly, disseminate your findings. So these are the steps of EBP. Note these steps very well. As you move on in research, you will find that you are applying, you are doing different things around this trajectory, around this continuum as you move on in your career. Moving ahead, number 2, it's a prerequisite to graduate from any nursing school. From any nursing school, you need to do research to graduate. And I told you earlier on that there are many people in graduate school, you know, they are stuck, right? I remember when I entered University of Ibadan for my master's, one of the challenges I had was that I entered without knowing much about what I wanted to do. Right? If you want to get admission, for example, into some programs abroad, like currently I'm reviewing some applications for some of my mentees that are trying to enter some of the leading universities abroad for masters. And one of the things I've seen from many of these institutions is that they will ask you what you want to do. They will ask you to write a proposal. But that time I was not asked to write any proposal. I just carried my head, I entered UI and started, and there are many things also that I expect to have known that I did not know. So compared to some people that already knew what they wanted to do, so they were able to move faster. But when I was coming to Hong Kong, so I had learned all these lessons. And in 2016, when I had all these challenges in University of Ibadan, right, during my master's program, I decided that it must not continue like this. That if myself, because that time too, I was passionate about research, if I could have it hard like this, what about those that are coming behind? They must not find it this difficult. That led us to starting the Institute of Nursing Research in 2016, which is over going to 7 years now. And we've recorded a lot of success. Of course, I know many of you are witnesses to this, and I'm still going to talk about INR as we move on in this discussion. Okay, research sits at the gate of that next level you are aiming at in nursing. I tell you, I lie not, that research sits at the gate. There are many people that they want to enter that next level, but the next level is locked. The next level is locked. It is research that opens that padlock, that is standing. That padlock at that level, that next level that you're about to enter is research. Is it RN? Is it RN? It is RPHN. You must do research. Is it Fellowship of West African College of Nursing? You must do research. Right? Is it master's? You must do research. Is it PhD? You must do research. Is it postdoc? You must do research. Is it to become a professor? You must do research. Is it even to work on the clinical area? We are even encouraging clinical nurses to do research, so you don't have any excuse not to be part of this move called research. It will help you get scholarship and grants, right? Now, okay, Shola was talking about different opportunities that are available out there. I will share how I was able to access some of these opportunities. But maybe before I go into them, I remember in the year 2016, during my master's program, I tried my best to get a scholarship. Right, and myself and my friend, very close friend, Emmanuel Adesoye, the Chief Operating Officer of Island Nigeria, together we applied for the Commonwealth Scholarship, and we were in Ogbomoso. I was working at Lautech Hospital then, and then he was also working, I think, at Bowen University Hospital in the art of Ogbomoso. So we boarded flights from Ilorin, went to Abuja to attend the scholarship interview. When we got there, we were the only nurses, 2 nurses from the whole Nigeria. We had medical doctors, medical lab scientists, pharmacists, and different things like that. We entered the interview room, started asking us questions. Okay, what certifications do you have? I said, I'm a certified nurse, I'm a certified midwife. I said, no, I'm a certified public. I said, no. If you don't have those certifications, you will not be a nurse. What are the other certifications you have aside RN, aside RPHN? None, 0. Okay, how many publications do you have? You want a master's scholarship, a Commonwealth scholarship. How many publications do you have? I was looking like Lucozade, 0. Okay, how many community development projects have you done? How many have you done? Can you give us pictures? Can you give us evidence of the community development projects you have done? Right? I said none, 0. Okay. Oh, it was not funny, my brothers and sisters. It was not funny. It was not funny. And like that, I entered night bus because we are still struggling that time. I carried my head, entered, of course, the result of the interview, of the scholarship interview. I entered night bus, came back to Ogbomoso, dejected, sad. But I made up my mind that the next time I'll be applying for a scholarship, I'll be applying for a grant, I'm going to get it, because all those things that they mentioned that I did not have, we sat down one by one on each of those things and we started attacking them via INR. Now, our members have publications. They have publications. So you can't be a member of INR and be committed over the years, and of course, you must have, except if you're not diligent. You have publications because you will have been able to write, pair you with groups, with put you through writing and different things like that. Of course, community development projects. One of my mentees, she attended the NONSA conference that we did in 2020. And at that time, after the conference, we started talking, we got Nosmaka, one of the, I think is the owner of Nigerian Nurses blog. She introduced her to me, and we've been able to do a lot of things together, right? She has started an organization, an NGO that looks into conducting community development projects and things like that. So I'm trying to let you know that all these scholarship and grants that I want to do, they are prerequisites. And one of the things I tell nursing students especially is that you don't get to the next level. You don't finish one level before preparing for the next level. Note that very well, and don't forget, you don't get to the next level, or before you start, you don't finish one level before you start preparing for the next level. You do not finish one level before preparing for the next level. So if you are here, you're an undergraduate 300, 400 level, I expect you to have been preparing for the master's program. Yes, and how are you going to prepare? By setting the stage for a very good research. You are already doing the preparation, right? Because you want to do a very good research. So when your friends are copying and pasting, when your friends are sitting down in their rooms, filling their questionnaires, nursing students do it. When your fellow students are multiplying data, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, multiply by 4, my supervisor will not know. You will not do that because you know what you want to assess when you finish your school. And of course, now there is internship. During our own time, we didn't have internship. So you have internship, you have NYSC. Those 2 years, don't just waste those 2 years. Those 2 years are years by which you must set the stage that you are finishing your NYSC. You can easily, without stress, enter one of the globally recognized nursing programs in the world. We want nurses that will not just sit down in one corner. I want nurses that will be global nurses that will be able to access all these opportunities. So research will take you around the world. My first time stepping out of Nigeria was to Ghana, attend a conference in Ghana. And that was when I presented my research that I conducted in University of Ibadan. My supervisor, then Professor Funmilayo Okanlawon, we went together. I went by road, I came back by flight. And it was a wonderful experience in 2020. That was 2017. Yes, I think 2017. 2017. That was my first experience coming out of Nigeria to present. And of course, on the wings of research, I've taught a lot of places. Research is your passport that will take you around the world. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about building a strong foundation in research. Please let me know when I have 10 more minutes. I can speak for the next, only God knows. Let me know when I have 10 more minutes so I can round off. So how do you build? And please don't drop it on the chat box. Just interrupt me. It's okay. Interrupt me and tell me you have 10 more minutes. Please round up. Okay, so how do you build a strong foundation in research? So now, moderator, I think I will need your assistance now. I would like you to echo some of these challenges. I want us to make it interactive. Can you drop some of the challenges you have encountered so far in nursing research? Drop it on the chat box and we'll see how to discuss them as we move along. Okay, what are the challenges you have encountered so far in nursing research? Anybody? Or if you want to unmute yourself to speak, it's okay too. You can just raise your hand and the monitor is going to acknowledge you and allow you to speak. Okay, maybe because of our time, I'll be expecting it. Just drop it on the chat box as we move along. Okay,
Some
so
people
where
are saying something, sir. Some people
Okay.
are saying time, lack of guidance, getting topics to work on, not having enough valuable materials for research work.
I really agree with those
limited
challenges.
time.
I add them to time. Yes, I know many of us, and that's another thing I want to tell you. Please don't start your research late. That's what I see many nursing students do. They will focus on message, focus on, I know message is very demanding. I know MSH is very demanding. I know all those courses, pharmacology and code, they are very demanding, but don't start your research late. If you start late, chances are excellent that you will not do a good research. And I tell my students to at Department of Nursing, Crystal University, I'm sure some of them are listening to me now, right? You must not start late. You must not start late. You must give yourself a lot of time. Why? Because there are many unforeseen challenges in nursing research. As we are moving on, the research is not a straight way like that. You will have ups, you have downs, you have curves, and you go to the forward, come back again, and different things like that. So you must factor those time issues into consideration by starting early, right? Okay, so I've noted those challenges. I'll be able to speak to some of them as I move on. But if after I finish my presentation, if I've not addressed any of them, let me know so I can speak to it. So where do I start from? Start where you are. Can you just tell someone or type on the chat box, mention somebody's name, start where you are. It's important for you to start from where you are. The journey of 1,000 miles is going to be starting with just a single step, right? So I know some of you will go online, you look at, you type some people's name, and look at publications like water, look at citations, look at this, and you are intimidated. No. There's no room for intimidation. From Lautech, we say intimidation will condone not, right? There's no room. Start from where you are. Use what you have and do what you can. The first thing I always tell people, and I think it's important for you to know, is believe you can. If you don't, you will not start. If you start without believing you can, you will soon stop. Believe you can. One of the things I've found that many people don't know is that many people don't believe in themselves as far as research is concerned. I don't know it. Maybe because of the way you are taught. I wasn't taught very well. I have this issue. So many people have lost confidence in nursing research, right? And I've seen this too happen to people that are now moving into the postgraduate level. In fact, I tell people, masters is research is masters, right? If you see many people having problems with masters today, it's not the coursework. What's the coursework? It's just to read and pass. It's simple, read, pass, and go. But it's the research. Many people will be stuck for 2, 3, 4 years. Some people will just stay there for a very long time because the competence have not been built in research. And of course, you must believe you can. If you don't, you will not start. And for those that have been moving outside the country, right, to explore opportunities abroad, you must believe in yourself, because you are going to be sitting with those people that have really gone very, very far. Those that in their master's program, right? For example, in my PhD program, when I entered the PhD program, I'm doing PhD with people that had done systematic review in their masters. I am just doing systematic review for the first time in my PhD in year 2020. That was the first time I did my systematic review. And some people have done it, they have mastered, they have known it. So they know how to do it already. And you are coming to the same place, into the same space with those kind of people. But trust me, I believe in myself. I believe so much that I can do it. If you don't, you will not start. And if you start without believing you can, you just chicken out because you are tired, you will soon stop. Identify the gaps in your research knowledge and get them filled. And that's another point I usually tell people, nursing students especially, know the gap, know what you don't know, so that you can address it. And it is interesting to know, I tell my students too, that there are people that know what you don't know. There is nothing. I know some of you have said, okay, I have issues, my supervisor, I have issues, I don't understand this area. There are some people that understand that thing in your class, your seniors, in different areas. And one interesting thing about research is that there are many people abroad that have built a lot of competencies, and they'll be more than happy to answer your research questions. Why not reach out to them? And they're not going to come to you to help you like that if you do not reach out. So that's very important. Identify the gaps and fill it. So in INR, as I said earlier on, we've been able to build the competencies of nursing and nursing students in research. I was attending a program some years back, and somebody said very boldly that you cannot publish a research until you have PhD. I was very annoyed. I was very, very annoyed at that statement. That how can you say you cannot publish research until you have PhD? So how will you get admission for PhD? I told you that before I could get an admission for a master's, for a scholarship for my master's program, Commonwealth Scholarship, they asked me that what are the publications you have? And I'm telling us that you cannot do it until you have PhD. Run away from such people. They are going to nip, that are going to put you in a low level. They won't allow you to explore opportunities that other colleagues of yours are exploring. And when INR started, one of the first things that we did was that people that had only RN, even those that finished from School of Nursing, not even university now, those that finished from School of Nursing, we collaborated with them, and they were able to publish their findings in peer-reviewed journals. So you must believe you can, right? Okay, so FCN, what's FCN? FCN is the Fellowship of Christian Nurses. I know many of us will know about FCN. We have FCN in our campuses, have FCN in our departments of nursing. So this body, which I belong to, was the body that started this institute, INR, in the year 2016. And we have been able to record a lot of excellence, a lot of achievement. That's my mentor, the chairman of our board, Professor Priska Olabisi Adejumo. And this program was done in year 2016 at Luth, right, in Lagos State, Nigeria. Okay, so we had a campaign against rape in that was 2017, I guess. Yes, yeah, and of course we did in a conference in year 2021, and this conference was a conference whereby we had Professor Salami that was here yesterday, 2 days ago, was also there, Nostri Jogishola, and a host of other leading scholars worldwide. We are there, and of course in 2020, I know many of us are aware of that program that we held during the COVID-19 lockdown. I think that program was the one that really blew up a lot of things as far as nursing research is concerned in Nigeria, because that time during COVID, everybody was indoors. People were indoors, and people were not going out. So at that time, I think that was when Fowler Israel, yes, it was here yesterday, the current Right Honorable Speaker of the Youth Parliament in New York State, was here yesterday. That time, it was the national president. So together, and it's also a leader in INR. So we collaborated together, NOSA and INR, and we held that conference. That conference really helped a lot of things. And at that time, it was after that we now went into building structures around journal clubs and things like that. And of course, we want to take it further, right? Because our aim is not just that the journal clubs are going to be online. We want to make them domiciled. right, in our department of nursing. So we are embarking on the project. We are still looking for collaboration, for partnership, and to see how we can really put these structures on ground, right, on ground in our different departments of nursing. I think NUNSA will be very instrumental to this. NANSIM also, for the student School of Nursing, will also be very much instrumental to this. And I want to, at this juncture, applaud the leadership of NUNSA. They've really supported, they've really collaborated with the collaboration is massive, really, it's massive. And we have put up our minds as INR that we are ready to support NUNSA to any extent, to any level, right? People as your members are looking for opportunities abroad, reach out to us. We try as much as possible to link them with people that can help them move and as far as their different trajectories are concerned. And by God's grace, we're having a fiscal conference in Lagos this year, 2023, November to be precise, 2023. You are going to be seeing the flyers flying around. It's going to be an hybrid conference, both physical and also virtual, for those that are abroad and can't fly into the country. So let's look forward to that. Okay, so this is the conference I'm talking about, right? So there's a conference that happened in 2020. You can say NUNSA National and these are the speakers. And then after that, that was when we now released this call for applications for the journal club that we actually started, right? Yeah, so these are the designs. Okay. So be ready to do a thorough job. I said that earlier on. There's no substitute for hard work, no copy and paste, no falsification of data. The work must be thorough. Find a mentor. That's very important to move you from where you are to where you want to go. And now network is very important. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? It's important for you to network. So let me share the opportunities as I round up. This is the last section of my presentation about the opportunities that I've been able to access as far as nursing research is concerned. And I'm not using this to brag. I want to use this to inspire you that if I can do it, you can do it. So I was really inspired. I told you earlier that Nozijo Kishola has really been a source of inspiration to me, you know, about all the achievements he has been able to reach and things that he has been able to do for African nurses, Nigerian nurses, even when many people did not appreciate what he was doing. He was dogged at it, and the rest, as they say, is history. We all know the impact he has actually had. So let's see some of the opportunities I've gained from nursing research. Publications, right? During my PhD program, which I'm rounding off currently, I've published 2 papers for my PhD in leading journals. This journal is Journal of Clinical Nursing, one of the top journals, one of the top 4 journals in nursing globally, right? I told you about that systematic review I did on the effect of emergent interventions on psychological issues of women receiving treatment for breast cancer. And of course, I did a qualitative study too on this area. And I've also submitted another part of the thesis for publication in some other journals. A lot of papers are still coming, and it's interesting for you to know that some of NUNSA people, NUNSA members, were also participating in this research, right? Those that domiciled in Lagos State. Some of them, I don't know if some of them can hear me now, right? They were part of this research, and of course, their names are going to come out in the publications that are going to be having from the research. Okay, so I was able to develop a mobile application. I told you about it. It's called SEMBA, the Kimonos Breast Cancer Applications, which was downloaded on the phones of the intervention group, right? I told you about experimental research. You have the intervention group, you have the control group. So the intervention group had access to the intervention and the control group did not have access. So after 6 weeks, we now combined. Okay, what's the difference? Is there any difference between psychological issues in the women that received the psychoeducational intervention and those that did not receive, those that did not have access to the mobile application, to see if the mobile application or the intervention is effective? So that's my invention. Grant and scholarship. I was able to win the Oncology Nursing Foundation Research Doctoral Degree Academic Scholarship. And this was a very big one, you know, that really sold me to the world, right? And also I got a scholarship also from Oncology Nursing Foundation that enabled me attend the Nursing Leadership Academy of the John Hopkins. And you know, John Hopkins in the US, one of the top, I love top things, right? I love the high level stuffs, right? So I was able to get that. Okay, so international connections, by the way, when my citation was being read, thank you very much, NUNSA National President, for reading that. She mentioned about the GNLI. The GNLI is the Global Nursing Leadership Institute program. I got a funding and scholarship to be part of the 2021 cohorts. And in this program, we are taught about policy issues. We are taught about advanced nursing leadership skills, right, for top senior nursing leaders in the world. And I was the only nurse that was represented from Nigeria. Yes, and yes, 5 of us. Okay, so these are the other people from Africa, from Gambia, from Lebanon, from Jordan, that's around Asia, and of course from Liberia and Africa, Cameroon, and things like that. And of course, one of the INR leaders too, our current Director of Research and Statistics, Dr. Ismetola, is currently in the Genlight 2022 Scholars, right? We're so passionate about leadership, and we see how our members can get more experience in leadership to build our institutes. Okay. So these are the 29 scholars that's from different parts of the world, right? Yes, and you can see me here. Okay. Yes, so my mentor, Professor Priska Olabisa Adejumo, was named as the International Nurse of Fame. I know many of us heard about this in Edinburgh just this last year, right? Okay, so now it's our turn. Now it's your turn. Tell someone beside you now it's your turn. It's your turn to access this opportunity. They are waiting. These opportunities are waiting for you. What are you waiting for? The time is now. Are you ready? Thank you very much for having me. Let's never consider ourselves finished nurses. That's my conclusion. Don't consider yourself, never consider yourself you are finished, right? Because when many people finish their degree, just go to the world and just sit down there and no. You have not finished. You must be learning every day of your life. That's a quote from Florence Nightingale. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, I'm done. Any question? You can have that.
Thank you very much, Nurse Oluwadamilare. In fact, I can say that I've always known you to be someone of inspiration, but just this night alone, you've increased and then raised the level of the inspiration I have. And I can say that I think I'm beginning to be more interested in research. So we have some questions, some from Facebook, some from Twitter. So, okay, I think I'll be reading the first 3 questions now. Just a minute. There are a lot of thank you in the chat box.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so we have a question from Egwata Peace on Facebook. She would like to know, how do we know people to reach out to? I think during the course of your presentation, you said we should reach out to people. So this person is confused and she would like to know the type of people, like how can she know the people to reach out to? That is one question. Then I think someone also asked, how can we get guidance on research? How can we assess publications, and how can we disseminate our publications? Because just recently, I was taught that research doesn't end in you submitting your project or in you publishing your work. The result of your find be disseminated to the right people. After visiting an hospital, and you use the hospital as a case of study, maybe you assess the level of knowledge among nurses and that, you should go back there when you are done with your research. Tell them, okay, this is what I've done and these are the findings. And I think I should let you know of the findings so that you can implement some of these things I think are going to be useful in making your working condition better. So this person would like to know how can she disseminate her publications, and she also wants to know how she can assess publications and how to get guidance on research.
Okay, maybe I should take that first. And first take that so that we don't mix them up.
All right, sir.
Is it okay by you?
Yes, it's okay, sir.
It's okay, thank you. So the first question that says, how will you know who to follow? That's a very important and insightful question, really, because who you follow will determine the destination you will reach, right? And I've discovered that there are many people that are following the wrong persons and they are getting to the wrong destinations, right? I told you about my mentor in the presentation I did, Professor Priska Olabisa Adejumo. Yesterday, she was still asking me, hey, Damna, how far with your presentation? How far with this? When are you finishing? When are you doing this? Before I entered for my PhD program, right? I was doing a lot of things. I did finish masters. I was enjoying myself in a lot of things. She will be hammering it. Damilare, it's PhD. Get your PhD. Do your PhD. She did not let me rest, right? And I saw that she is where I am going. See, in life, there are some people that where you are going is where they are. Where you are going, they have already gotten there. Look for those people. They are around you. Look for them. Look for them. Look for people that are already where you are going. Your journey will be faster when you are interacting with those that are already where you are going. I told you about some of my mentees that we met, some of them we met like 1 year ago, like 2 years ago. I knew when we started this course, I know some of them will apply for masters in the next 1 or 2 years. So before that time, we have started working. I started putting them through, giving them assignments, giving them things that will make their CV robust. One of them, when I was reviewing her CV recently, I was really proud of myself, and I was proud of her too. And she was able to work between the short time that I've met. She was able to do a lot of work, right? So you need to know, you need to understand, know where you are going. When you know where you are going, now check those that are already there. Okay, are you interested in digital health? Okay, look for somebody that is in digital health. Ayila Rabiola, for example, working on that area. Are you interested in oncology? Professor Priska Adebisola Jumo, Olabisi Adejumo is an authority in oncology, right? Are you interested in family health nursing? Julie Mogbo is an expert in that area. So go ahead. Are you passionate about issues like public speaking? No, I know many of us, you enjoyed his speaking. I can't be tired of listening to him. I can listen to him all day, right? He's so passionate about public speaking. You can learn a lot from him and a host of others like that. So when you know where I go, you know those that are there, you can target those people to get more from them. So another question about how to disseminate. Let me know if that question is answered. Just put on chat box that you have clarity already on that. So how do you know who you should, how to disseminate your findings? It's very, very easy. Right. Okay. Let me first answer the area of how to know, how to be able to search for materials. I must really acknowledge that as you are in Nigeria currently, there are some bit of limitation in accessing some things because of the fact that not many institutions have subscribed to many of the web databases, right? And I had that concern too, because when you're trying to search for some things, they ask you to pay. They ask you to pay for this, pay for that before you can download the full article. But what I encourage nurses to do, right, is that nurses in Nigeria collaborate, right? I still have people that reach out to me. Okay, so some of my students, okay, when they're trying to, okay, they'll just message me, oh, I have this issue, I found this paper, I can't download it. So some of them, I help them search in my library if I can, the e-library, my school, if I can have access to it. So I know you have a lot of friends abroad now. I know many of you, an average nurse has a lot of nurses abroad. If they have some facilities that you don't have access to, discuss with them. They can help you get some of these materials. But Google, starting from Google or Google Scholar, is a very good place for you to be. ResearchGate. Every nurse that is passionate about research, you must be on ResearchGate, because a lot of articles, right, that are published there. They are published, and some of them, they have that are open access. They have some of them will put the full text of those articles on ResearchGate. But if, by the way, the person did not put the full text because of some factors, right? There are some journals called subscription-based journals. Those journals, when you publish there, you can only sell the abstract to the world, not the full text. So if you have any like that you want to access, you can message the author. I have people that have done that to me. Name some of my publications, they just message me. I don't want everybody to have access to it, but I can send it individually to them, right? You can also access it by that way. But starting from Google Scholar, PubMed is free, right? PubMed is free. Inari is also available in low and middle income countries, right? So some of your institutions can have access to that. You can also discuss with your university librarian. Many of us, we are not utilizing our librarians. Of course, we are not taught to, right? But many of them, they want to help you. They want to help you. They have access to all these things. So you can discuss with them, sir, I want to get this. Yes, Jacinta, thank you, PubMed. I want to get that. They can help you to access some of these things. Thank you. I'm not sure. Okay, the issue about disseminating. Okay, now after you have finished your research, make sure you don't just dump it there. You want to look for conferences that are targeting the research you have done. For example, the ICN conference is coming up in Canada, Montreal, Canada, right? And before they put out a call for abstracts, they call for abstract. When they call for abstract, then you can now submit your article based on the particular call that has been released for abstract. And if it's accepted, then you can go ahead to present. I know undergraduates that before they finished their university, right, before they graduated, they went to different countries. They went to Rwanda, they went abroad, went to Scotland to present, yes, from Nigeria, to present their research that they have done. Of course, you must have done a very good research to be confident enough to go out to the public space to do that. And of course, to the last conference we had in 2021, some NONSA members presented their findings, yes, and we were able to publish the book of abstract, right? And by the way, in 2023, this year, by November, we're also going to be having a conference. We'll be calling for the abstract very soon. Just look out, then you can be able to submit your abstract. And after I've done that too, you have now presented in conferences, you can also publish in peer review journal. And after I've done this, when you are preparing your CV, it was when I was in UI that when we were having a presentation, and Dr. Mizo Yetunde of blessed memory was teaching us, and she was telling us that, some people, their CV is 30 pages. I didn't know when I shouted unconsciously, I just said, it was not like, why did you exclaim? Yes, that's normal. That you can't have a very large CV, because what I've always asked that CV is just 2 pages, just 3 pages. No, conferences, publications that you have attended, publications, conferences, awards that you have gotten. If you see my CV now, the conferences, the publications, the presentations, the awards, the scholarship, everything, you list everything there. So that's it. I'm not sure if I answered those questions. And also, the president, I think you are muted. Or can I just go ahead?
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Oluwadamilare. So I think we'll take just 2 more questions and then we call it a day. Someone said, how can we gather his data and make his research outstanding? Then how can somebody know the best mentor that will help to your research?
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. So how can you gather your data, right? Is that a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how can you gather your data? Well, data gathering it will depend on the kind of research that you did. But somebody also asked a question, how can you know the method that you are going to use for your research? There are different research methods, right? Depending on your research question, right? There is the qualitative research and there is the quantitative research. If you are doing the qualitative research, we know, though this one, not many undergraduates do it, but I've seen some do it, and some that have very good supervisors do it very well, right? That one is you collect your data by interviewing nursing students, interview patients, and then you can record it. And you can now transcribe, you can now analyze using either manual analysis or using a software called NVivo, right? One of my presentations that I talked about during the course of my presentation, right? Yeah, the publication was one of them was actually a qualitative study. And if you are doing a questionnaire, you are doing a quantitative study, you can use it. You can use questionnaires to gather your data. So after you have done the gather the data, you can now, some people will use an analyst, a data analyst. Well, for a level, you can do that, but as you move higher, you must analyze the data yourself, right? Yeah, it's highly recommended. For example, my PhD program, I'm doing my data analysis myself. I've been very, very busy with that for the past couple of days, right? So you need to know how to do your data analysis as you move on. But for this stage, if you don't know it, no problem. You can give it out, but make sure when you're giving it out, give it to somebody that has a questionnaires, right? To package the questionnaires and send it to the data analyst. Give it to the person that you are sure that will not do rubbish for you. Because if the analysis is wrong, right, everything result is wrong, discussion will not make sense, right? So you want to make sure that the analysis is very, very good. And you too can also learn SPSS. SPSS is very simple. It's very simple. You can start by learning how to enter your data entry. Okay, this is how to code, this is how to enter the data, and then you can learn how to analyze. So if you do a very good job, you'll be able to shoot your work outside there. So I think I've answered that question on data issues. Any other? I'm not sure if I missed out any. Okay, I can see someone, under-level students asking, how we should begin our research journey? Well, you are an under-level. It's okay. By 300 level, you are going to be taught. They'll start teaching you how to do research in 300 level. Research method starts from 300 level. For example, I started teaching my students research methods from 300 level second semester, right? And of course, 400 level first semester too. So when you get to that level, you'll be taught really. So when you are taught, you can just go ahead, start collecting your data and working on your research. Okay, so another question before I take my leave.
I think all our question has been answered.
Okay.
Except for the person asking how we can submit for the article once for this year's INR conference. So I think you already said once the publication is ready, you will get back to us and you let us know. So before we round it up, I would like to request for your social media handles so that we can follow you and then we continue to learn from your well of experiences.
Okay, thank you. I'm dropping it on the chat box already. On Twitter, I'm at Cloudness, and on Facebook, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn, and I'm Oluwadamilare Akinbade for others, but on Twitter is at Cloudness. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Nurse Oluwadamilare Akinbade.
It's my pleasure.
It has been a very interesting evening. Thank you very much, and we are glad to have you, sir.
Thank you.
So I think we can all just appreciate Nurse Oluwadamilare in the chat box.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Nurse Hayam, please, can you help confirm if our third speaker for the night is available?
Not yet, but before we call on the third speaker, I think we're going to run the giveaways for the earlier giveaways mentioned. So I'm going to be sharing the screen so that I play the raffle for everybody to see. So we're going to be sharing the screen for everybody to see. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Hello, can you all see my screen? All right. So we're going to start by picking. Yeah, we're going to start by picking the winners of the Rolls and Wilson giveaway. We'll be picking 2 winners for this. So here are the people that have entered the giveaway. We have 43 people. We're going to be picking just 2 people for that. So I'm going to put it in the randomizer now. All right. So people that have not entered the right number will be automatically disqualified because there is no way we'll be able to know your identity. But with this number, we're able to know whether you are a registered member in NUSA or not. So I'm going to pick 2 people. Just a minute, let me refresh this page. While we'll do that, we're going to be dropping the link for the scholarship for INR Club. The giveaway for the scholarship is in partnership with the Institute of Nursing Research. given to us by the CEO of INR and the entire INR membership. Thank you very much, sir. So 5 lucky people will be able to get scholarship for free to enter the INR Journal Club. So we're going to be dropping the link on the chat box. Likewise, the link for the African Nurse Career Mentorship Program, which Nurse JJ has announced earlier, we're also going to be dropping the link, and also we're going to drop the link in the WhatsApp group chat. And lastly, we're going to be dropping the link for the scholarship given to us by Research Resource Hub. That we're going to be picking 50 people who are going to be sponsored for free in some of the courses from Research Resource Hub. And lastly, giveaway of the day is going to be from Nurse Ngozi. The scholarship is in visibility and branding. So I'm going to be taking 10 people and giving them those scholarships. So the form for that one is going to be out later today or tomorrow morning. We're going to be posting it on the WhatsApp group chat for everybody to see. So, but now let's get back to this. Oh, it didn't refresh. All right, so we're going to be filtering for duplicate registration. So if you register with duplicate, it is automatically removed by the system. So,
Oh, fuck.
all right. So these are the type of errors we're going to be sieving out. So these people are supposed to be the winners, but then their ID cannot be used to locate them. So we'll have to reload it to pick another winners. Okay. So we have one winner here. ID number. Okay, we have our winners for the Rose and Wilson giveaway. So we have ID number U592799, congratulations. And we have ID number U751505. So if you are the winner, congratulations. NUSA is going to contact you. We're going to use this ID number to locate you through the dashboard of the biodata database that NUSA has created. So the second giveaway we are going to be picking winners for is the explicit textbook sponsored by the former Senate President of NUSA National in the person of Nurse Taiwo Olagbado-Mercy. So we're going to be running this one too. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to be picking one winner for this. Here is our winner for the explicit textbook. Congratulations, ID number U652931. Sunusa is going to contact you on how to deliver your prize. So thirdly, we have a giveaway from Our former president, in person of Nurse Ruben Ziragi, is giving us a stethoscope to give to one lucky winner in this event. So this is the people that have entered the giveaway. So we are going to run it too. Okay. So this is our winner for the stethoscope. We have ID number U613367. ID number U613367. Congratulations for winning the stethoscope. And lastly, we have the scrub giveaway. So the scrub giveaway is in partnership with Anagray Plus. Anagray Plus is a Canadian scrub company that has decided to give us two sets of scrub, Crocs, and socks. So two nursing students are going to be going away with these sets of scrubs worth about 50,000 naira each. So two people are going to be reading, will paste their entrance. Okay. Okay, we have our winners. Congratulations. ID number 49929 and ID number U295356. I repeat, ID number U499292 and ID number U295356. Congratulations once again for being the winners of the scrub. We're going to contact you. If your biodata profile is not yet updated very well, kindly do that so that it will be easier for us to contact you. If not, you watch out through your email, as we have everybody's email. We're going to contact you through that media. For the giveaways of the scholarship programs, we are going to be announcing that this week through our social media and also through the group chat for all participants for this event. So that's bringing us to the end of the giveaway for today. Due to some technical problem, our third speaker is unable to join us. So we are just going to round up considering how the time has run out. So we really apologize for that. We hope we get to have a talk from our speaker, and we were going to record it and post it on NUSA National social media. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this brings us to the closing remark by the national president in the person of Nurse Khadija Moturayo. You have the floor, Nurse Khadija. Nurse Khadija, you are muted, if you can hear me.
Okay, good evening once again, everyone. I would like to start by appreciating everybody for being here today. Special appreciation we also go to the board chairman of Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Dr. Bola Ofi. She was present on the first and then the second day. Just today alone, she was not able to make it. The DNS of the Ministry of Health, the registrar, the NAM national chairman, the Lagos State NAM chairman, and all our HODs, the HOD University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the HOD Ambosali University, HOD Unijos, and every other HOD that created our time to be present in this conference. Then to our wonderful and inspiring speakers, thank you all very much for taking our time to be present and for enriching us from your well of knowledge. In fact, I've been inspired, and between the day we started, that was on 6th, and today I have about 10 pages already where I've jotted things that I want to work on this year, and then things that I've learned, and I believe that every one of us have also learned something from the presentations. Then to all the NONSA national executives, and then the senators, and then the Senate president, thank you all for working together to put up this wonderful conference. Then to every meaningful non-site, those on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then those of us on the Zoom, thank you all very much for being present and for attending the conference. I look forward to having every one of us during the National Convention coming up very soon. Thank you all, and do have a good night rest.
Thank you very much, Ms. Khadija, for that closing remark. In letters from the Birmingham jail, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The question is not if we will not be extremists, but what kind of extremists we will be. The nation and the world are in dire need of health extremists, and we all being here shows that we all want to be there. And I hope that with all we've learned from the beginning of this event today, we are going to be extremists in delivering world healthcare services. We're going to be extremists in preaching the word of nursing. We're going to be extremists in elevating the profession of nursing. And one of the things we have realized is we cannot change the nursing profession by knowing only the nursing knowledge. Our speakers from Nurse JJ, Nurse Oluwadamilare, and even our previous speakers from Professor Bokola, Dr. Gill, has all explained to us how the importance of knowing things even outside nursing is going to change us, is going to build us, and even is going to make us make the profession great. I hope that we are going to continue with that, and I hope that we all are going to implement everything that we've learned here. So lastly, I would like to thank our speakers who has created time in their busy schedules. It's not easy to get some of these speakers, and some of them actually, when we were writing letters, we thought we would not be able to get them, but they still find a way because of the love they have for NUSA, and they came to share with us from what they have learned from their past experiences. They share with us some of the mistakes they have made so that we don't have to make them. So that's the beautiful of the thing. They are giants that we stand on their shoulders and then build more. We don't have to start from scratch. Thank you very much. Thanks to our leaders, like the president mentioned, the DNS, the board chairman, our HODs, our executive. Without you, the planning committee, this program wouldn't have been a success. I appreciate you all, and I hope that we all get back to our normal life, to our normal day-to-day activities, and meet again sometime next year for this wonderful program. Thank you once again, and do have the wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Senate President. Thank you, everyone. I just dropped the presentation for opportunities in nursing beyond the walls of Africa and how to maximize them by Nurse Jackson Okeshola in the chat box. It will also be posted in the WhatsApp group, so we should all access it and then make good use of it. Thank you all very much, and do have a wonderful night rest.
Yeah. All slides are going to be sent to participants through their email, and the video recordings too.
Thank you.